Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Instead of walking through a cemetery today and showing tombstones, I'm going to do things a little different, and I'm going to talk about a family that is an early pioneer settler of East Tennessee here in Knoxville, and his name is Nicholas Gibbs. So if you're already familiar with my channel, I know you've probably seen the video where I did his homestead, which is now standing. So I'm going to talk about him and his family a little bit because I found some things that just fascinate me, still about his family that I had no clue of. So let's get started. Nicholas was born in 1733 in the village of Walruth, Germany. He immigrated to America in 1749 at only about 14 years old. He settled in Orange County, North Carolina first, and he later married Mary Eflin. Together, they had 13 children. Around 1791, they moved the family to Tennessee, where his home, as you see here, still stands in Corrington, Tennessee, a suburb of Knoxville, Tennessee. He purchased 450 acres in 1792 and built his cabin in 1793. Nicholas fought in the French and Indian War and also the Revolutionary War. Both him and his wife are buried in the small family cemetery that's located within walking distance of the homestead. His firstborn was daughter Elizabeth. She was born in 1765. She married John Snodderly and resided in the Sharps Chapel area in Union County, Tennessee. They had 11 children. She died in 1860 and was buried at the Lost Creek Cemetery alongside her husband in Union County. So, if you know, I've done the Lost Creek Cemetery and I've walked right by her and others that I had no clue that, that was his children. Okay, so his next child was daughter Mary Polly. She was born in 1766. She married Henry Albright. They had 6 children. She died in 1837 and was buried in Stoner Cemetery in Almanance, North Carolina. A little side note, her husband Henry was a POW during the Revolutionary War and served in the North Carolina Continental Line. Next, there was Sarah Polly. She was born in 1767. She married Conrad Sharp. They had 10 children and resided in Sharps Chapel, Union County also. Sarah died in 1840, and she's also buried in the Lost Creek Cemetery. Next, we have John Gibbs, born 1769. He married Ann Howard, and they had 5 children. John was a justice of the peace in Knox County, Tennessee, and later settled in Anderson County, Tennessee. John also served in the War of 1812. He died in Anderson County, Tennessee in 1865. Nicholas's 4th daughter, Catherine, was born in 1771. She married John Holmes. They had 9 children. There is no stone for her, but she is buried in Burlington, North Carolina. She died in 1857. The 5th child was Nicholas Jr., born 1772. Married Rachel Sarah Doyle. They had 2 children. Nicholas Jr. was a captain in the War of 1812 and died in the Battle of Horseshoe Bend. He's buried at the Fort Williams Military Memorial Park in Fayetteville, Alabama. The 6th child, David, was born in 1774. He married Sarah Tillman. They had 12 children. He died in 1847 and is buried at the Clatts Chapel Cemetery in Corrington, Tennessee, which is just a few yards from the original homestead. The seventh child, Jacob Gibbs, was born in 1776. He married Hilda Reed and had 8 children. He's buried in the family cemetery in Corrington, and he died in 1862. The seventh child, Barbara, was born in 1789 and married Dr. Beriah Frazier. They had 11 children. She's buried in Ray County, Tennessee, and died in 1866. The eighth child was Sophia, born in 1779, and married Jesse Martin. They migrated to Missouri. She died in 1840. There are no known tombstones, and a little note about her husband Jesse. It's said that he may be descended from English lords, but wanted no part of it and remained in the States. The ninth child, and the only one with a portrait that I've found, is George Washington Gibbs. He was born in 1786 and married Leanne Dibbrell, and they had 12 children. George became a lawyer and a banker in Nashville, Tennessee. He died in 1870 and is buried in Union City, Tennessee. The 10th child was Daniel, born in 1786 and married Sarah Sharp. They had 12 children. He died in 1862, but I haven't found where he is buried. Sophia was the 11th child, and born and died before 1810, and that's all that is known about her. The homestead still stands and stayed in the family until 1971. In 1986, the Nicholas Gibbs Historical Society purchased and still keeps it well maintained to this very day. And they also have a yearly reunion. Now, all of my sources came from RootsWeb and the Nicholas Gibbs Historical Society page. So if you're interested and would like to know more about the Nicholas Gibbs family, I would suggest to contact them. I think this is a wonderful piece of East Tennessee history. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.